Hello everyone, this is another Dark Zone News informative broadcast. I have received a request from a commenter on one of my videos. Shout out to DNA 9095 for asking me, is it okay if you can make a step-by-step tutorial on how to do the settings, especially for a complete beginner who doesn't know exactly how a Steam Deck works yet? My friend lent me her Steam Deck for a bit to play when she left for a trip, but since I never used one before, I'm not sure how to change anything. Well, I appreciate the request and your comment, DNA. And I'm going to do my best to help you out and make it easy for anyone to set up web fishing on your Steam Deck. Because I actually, kind of haven't done that. Kind of just showed that it's possible to run it and kind of glossed over the settings. But yeah, let's load it up. And I'm going to be dropping another video, another game that is unsupported that you can run on the Steam Deck. If you saw the beginning of the video, it's a little hint. Yeah. I'm going to be supplying you with another one, so stay tuned for that. Alright, so web fishing. Up to this point, there's really not anything that you have to do, but let's go into it. So the cool thing is pretty much everything was fine right off the rip. So, display resolution on my deck 1600 by 900. It has the screen option as windowed, but I think it's okay to do either. VSync enabled, resizable window disabled, FPS limit I have unlimited. I believe I have, I think that there is like a high and a low spec option for the Steam Deck, I want to say. So depending on what version of the Steam Deck, you might want to turn down the FPS limit a little bit. I have, water quality on high and view distance unlimited. You can adjust how pixelated the like you can adjust the level of pixelation on the filter, I guess, which is just a fun cosmetic change. I have it set to no pixelization right now. I was just I don't know, messing around with the settings and wanted to see how it looks with no pixelation. If you're really feeling like a gremlin, you can go extreme pixelization or WTF pixelation. If you're having like stuttering issues, maybe try going no pixelization. I'm gonna switch it back to default. Then you have your master volume and sound effect volume, music volume. And then the rest of these are just your safety and accessibility settings. There is an auto click setting which is kind of like, I don't know, I guess a cheat for it doesn't make you do the button mashing when you're catching fish. The male and the bell, I'm not really sure what those are. Yeah, and this is mostly default settings. You don't really have to change the controls in here. I'm sure, you know, if you really I'm sure if you really want to, you can do it that way. But I would recommend you just get the updated controller layout, which I'm going to talk about right now. So you hit the Steam button, right? I think, yeah. And then see, go to the select your game, and then go to controller settings. And I think what you're gonna have to do is just click controller settings, right? And then you go to this top window right here, select that, and go to community layouts. And I would recommend you do the updated one because that's what I went with. It's the same person who made both, and the updated has more likes than the original one. So I recommend going with the updated one because, yeah, at a fix the chat kind of made the updated the zoom in and out and looking around, which for what they had to work with, they did a really good job, I think. It just takes a bit of getting used to the controls. Yeah, that can, you know, that's a learning curve. I'm not gonna lie to you, but you know, they did a really good job for it not being supported. So, and you can always edit it. Let's see, I think there's a way. Yeah, if there is a way to adjust the sensitivity of the joysticks, oh, wait, right, yeah, here we go. Joystick, trackpad, right trackpad, behavior. So I'm going to adjust this just a bit. Oh man. Yeah, I'm gonna try it. We're gonna give it a shot. Okay, yeah. Turning the sensitivity for the right joystick, yeah, I would say do that. It might make it a little easier for you. I think I'm going to enjoy it. Definitely makes moving the cursor around easier. So I'm gonna join up into a lobby and just go through all the controls really quick, because as far as settings that you got to tweak, the controller layout was about it. So at this point, you are probably going to be good to go. I remember somebody saying that. I'm going to bring up the comments. Somebody was saying that they could play on PC, but they couldn't. They kept getting kicked from the lobby or something. Loading. But I would recommend stick to the smaller lobbies. Let's see, I'm going to find the commenter's question. So this may not load. Make sure I'm connected. Yeah, we have a connection, but it's not great at the moment. So I'm going to try rebooting and jumping into a lobby real quick just to run through some controls. Actually, what I'm gonna do is, if my internet will let me hop on, I'm gonna start my own lobby, and then all right. Hope this works. Okay. Let me find that chatter, that comment asking about. Okay, this comes from God of Demigods. Shout out. Thanks for your comment. I disconnected after being in a server for more than 3 minutes, but it works fine on my PC. Any ideas? And my only idea was maybe they were trying to join bigger lobbies or something. Oh, hey, I've heard of this. Air traffic control is like some kind of hacker, and then Department of Natural Resources. I haven't heard of them, but oh yeah. Yeah, I don't know what that is. I think it could be like somebody says that it like pings the nearest airport to you somehow. I don't know. Yeah, whatever. We're not going to get into that today, but Department of Natural Resources, that's interesting. So anyway, let's get a quick run through the controls. So your left joystick is going to move you around. You're going to click in your right joystick and carefully just tilt that around to move your camera around. And again, I would turn the sensitivity down because it is a little difficult, but once you get the hang of it, you'll be fine. Cool. So controls. I will show you how to fish real quick. So I think by default you're gonna have your fishing rod right here in your number 1 favorite. So yeah, you click that, and then it's to cast. Oh yeah, you gotta have your cursor off of anything that's clickable, because you can click with the right bumper. So you hold in the right bumper, and yeah, you release it to cast. And then when you catch something, you gotta hold the right bumper and then mash every time it tells you to, depending on whatever the number says. Yeah, let's make a catch. You hit the right bumper again, and it goes into your inventory. Yeah, so you can buy stuff. You can buy your cosmetic outfits and stuff at this place here to the left of the vending machine. And then there's, I haven't messed around with this too much, an aquarium that you can put your fish into. And then, oh yeah, so controls, right? So these kind of weird buttons right here, the R5, that's gonna be your R4 button is gonna be your meow button. So to chat, you hit the Y button to open the chat window, and you want to make sure that you have the little blinking cursor in the chat box. And then when you have that, when you have the blinker in the chat, you hold down Y. That brings up your keyboard, and then you can select the letters, or you can just type. And then you hold Y. You hold Y, or no, you press B, and that will close your keyboard, and then you press Y again to chat. And then the L5 button is gonna let you run. That's gonna be your sprint. Press A to jump, and then tap A while you're jumping to slide like that. That's gonna let you like avoid landing in the water sometimes when you jump off one of these blue mushrooms. And you just run up to those and they will toss you. And you can kind of redirect yourself by doing the slide. So to sell your fish and get bait, you come here. You can sell these all individually, or you can just hit sell all, and then you can buy your bait there. To unlock new types of bait, you gotta unlock the license from the store, the general store. Let's see, is there anything else? Oh yeah. So zooming in and out, this was a big one for me. So you hold your camera pan, you hold it, you click in the right stick, and then it's the right bumper zooms you out, and left bumper will zoom you back in. And with this layout, you automatically take a screenshot every time you zoom in, because left bumper is screenshot. And that's fine. It works. Does its job for sure. Let's see, any more controls that that should just about get you started, I think. It's gonna take some practice, I'm not gonna lie to you, but once you get it down, it's actually kind of like a perfect game for deck, I think. So I hope that helps. That should be enough for a complete noob to get started. I don't really recall any other settings that needed to be adjusted. Yeah, I think that pretty much covers it. You know, if you want, I can get into like deeper in depth about like kind of the stuff that you have to learn, or just stuff that you'll need to figure out to play the game. But yeah, you just really have to mess around with everything, really, until you get it to work. And by that I mean you just kind of one thing I will say about just the game, up in the top right hand corner, that's gonna be like kind of be a directory. You got your backpack, you got your tackle box, which is where you can change out your bait and lure. So that took a minute for me to figure out, but and then you got your props right under that, which when you get those, you just click on those individually and they will place, the props will deploy basically directly in front of your character like this. They're all kind of spawning on the center point right here. So if you want to space your props out, you just gotta move yourself around in between each one or whatever, and then your clear all button will just clean them all up. And yeah, then under your props you got your emotes, which I haven't even really messed around with, but that's very important stuff right there. Free cam is just gonna let you kind of roam around with the camera, which is nice. Let's see. Yeah, you kind of just zoom in and out and tilt your camera around with the stick while holding it down. Yeah, that'll take some getting used to, these controls. Like I said, they did their best. It really does a good job of making web fishing work on the deck. So shout out to Barrel for the custom controller layout. Yeah, I don't really want to make this video any longer than it needs to be, just to avoid making it convoluted. And yeah, if there's any more questions you got about how to make it work on the deck, feel free to reach out. I definitely am not an expert, but I did it, right? And I'm a dumbass, so all I really did was quick Google search. I think Reddit is where I found all the information that I needed. But yeah, honestly, it doesn't really take much tweaking of the settings to get it to work. Just the controller layout is the main thing you need. That's super easy to get. So yeah, I hope that helps. Channel's popping off, man. Small. We're doing numbers for a small timer, for sure, man. Almost 500 views. Got a 12 or 13 subscribers. About like 8 or almost 9 hours, I think, of watch time. So yeah, I really appreciate you guys. You're really making me feel good about this. So appreciate you guys. You're all awesome, and thank you so much for asking questions and watching and stuff. So I will leave you at that. Yeah, stay tuned, because I'm gonna be dropping some more deck videos. So yeah, anyone who watched the entire video, probably gonna drop a Cruelty Squad video. I'm gonna actually learn how to play the game, I guess, before I try to show you guys. But yeah, thanks again. You guys are awesome, and see you soon.